Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, fine.
Okay, okay. So we have two sessions. A session which is for MySQL replicated server. In this session, which is a read-only session, and you have a master session, which is for the master server, which gives access to updating and inserting rows. So you have these two objects, and from these two objects, when you create a session object, you can run queries only, and when you create a master session object, you can also start a transaction, run insert, update, and delete. And some operations are not available on the session object, which means that from a development point of view, you cannot make mistake. So let's see a simple query. Still, as I said, it's still interesting to run simple SQL queries. So what you will do with your session is you will create a statement. And here, for example, I will run the query, select everything from the user table where the name is a specific name that I want to search. So this is my query statement. This statement, I will use the bind param to indicate what is the parameter I want to search. So this will configure the name parameter, which is here. And then once my statement is ready, I just have to execute it. So all this is very close to what you have in Java, in fact. And then once your statement is executed, you can iterate. So you have as elements operation which tell you whether you have still some rows in your statement. And then you can, once you can get elements the columns one by one as you want. And when you are done, you call statement next, and it moves to the next rows, and so on. So this is very close to the Java. But there are difficulties with this approach. If you make mistakes in columns, in index of columns, if you can make mistakes in types when you get values, and also when you want to update something, you can also make mistakes when you insert values in your database. So the solution was to map the results that I presented before directly in ADA and map database table directly in ADA. So mapping select row in ADA is in fact simple. I have this simple select statement which returns 3 columns, ID, name, email. I will map it to a record, a simple ADA record with an ID, name, email, each of them being strongly typed. ADO identifier is just a number, and we have an unbounded string for email and name. That's one thing. The second thing is we want a list of this, so we just have to instantiate the user info type. We just have to instantiate the vectors package with the user info type, and we get for free a list of user info. And then what we have is we need is a list operation that we can call, and which will do the query and then map the result directly in our database vectors. So all this, in fact, is generated. And this is, okay, database modeling is the process by which you describe in one language or another your database model. So you can describe your model with UML, or you can describe your database model with XML, with Hibernate XML, for example, or in YAML with Doctrine PHP model. So you have three technologies that you can use to describe what are your tables and what rows they contain. All these models are read by Dynamo, which is a tool, and the tool in fact generates several things. I will not speak about the documentation. It will generate the model packages. And for the model packages, this is the support that you will use to access your data directly in Ada and not in SQL. The generator also generates SQL so that from the model that you have defined, you have immediately all the SQL statements that allows you to create your database tables with the good columns. An example, here I have two examples in YAML. So this is a text description of your database, and on this side we have the UML description. So here I have two types, two tables, a user table and an email table. They have properties, and what you see is some stereotypes. The stereotypes indicates to some classification for the object. PK is from the primary key, so it indicates that this is the primary key of my table. And here we have some relation. So I have made a relation of user and an email. So it has an email, so it has this relation, email. And an email is associated with a user. From this, we generate some Ada code. The package is a little bit longer. But basically, there are two primary types. One public type and one private type. The public type is a reference that email ref, user ref. It is a reference that represents your row within your database table, and it provides accessor operation, set name, get name, and other operations like save, load, find, delete, and so on, to help you populate your object and retrieve it also from the database. The core implementation is in fact hidden in the email implementation, which is a private type, and this private type will contain all the database, all the columns that I have presented, and including the relation. And when you modify a name, for example, it will manage whether the field is really modified or not. I will. So to use this model, it's very simple. You just have to declare your user variable. So here I'm declaring a user and an email instance. I will populate the user by a name, and then I will save this user by using the database session that I have. What will happen is that by calling user.save, the framework will generate this SQL statement. So this is an insert statement. So it will insert into the database the new object that I've created. Similarly, we create the email. So we have a second insert. And now I have my email and my user, and I want to link both objects. So I just have to call user.set email, and both objects are linked. And I just have to save. And here, what the framework does is it knows that I have not modified the name. I have modified the status. I have not modified the name. So what is changed is only the email and the status. And what we do is just updating the minimum, the rows which have been modified. The last step is we have a bonus with this framework, which is database auditing. Database auditing is the process by which you want to identify what is modified in a database. When you modify a name, when you modify something, when you modify fields, and you want to be notified dynamically when these columns, when these elements are modified. By applying an auditable stereotype in UML, or by saying This field is auditable. The framework will generate some different code, and it will, when the save operation is called, it will call the audit manager, which will tell you, okay, this object was modified, and on this object, we modified the name. It has the old value, new value, and you can do some auditing about this. And this is my last slide. So generating the database, in fact, really helps. Generating the model helps in writing the good software, because you do less errors in inserting object, less error because you have a strong link typing in the SQL request that you use. Dynamo generates all the code for you, and it has a lot of flexibility so that you can tune and add your own type. And so the programmer's guide is also available. Thank you.
How do you handle the fact that you can modify the database model? How do you generate the ADA model and SQL tables after modifying, for example, YAML?
Okay, each time so the question is how to modify what happens when the database model is changed. When the database model is changed, you have to regenerate the ADA code, and in fact, it's for free, in fact. What I do is, in the UML model, you just update the UML model by adding columns, adding rows, and so on. And when you do this, you forget about the ADA code because you just regenerate and rebuild. And if there are problems, the compiler, the ADA compiler will tell you, okay, you have changed this column, the type, it will not, your application will not compile anymore because you have changed the column type from integer to string, for example. So that's for the ADA part, it's very clear. What is more complex is on the database side, and here you have to manually, when you know that you go from one model, from model A to model B, say, okay, what I have done is add a column, rename a column, add a table, rename a table. So you have to run migration script. Migration script is not supported, at least you have to do it manually. Okay.
So I have, okay, first of all, thank you very much for this nice presentation and for managing this very useful library. So I just wanted to, it's kind of a small announcement, but related to this. So some of you may know the awesome ADA project, which has died, and recently it has been resurrected by Olivier Henley in Canada. So he already put a bunch of useful links to that. So I just wanted to check if you happen to know by chance if your project is already listed on this resource or not. If not, I may contact him, because this is exactly one of the things that really should be listed among.
I'm not aware about anything about this.
So this is basically a resource which lists many other related projects, many of them on GitHub, but it's not GitHub centered, even if it's hosted on GitHub.
This project is already listed on adaic.org.
Okay, on this one. Yeah, so okay, that's another registry basically,
yes,
which contains, because I did see your project somewhere and I had an impression it may have been, but if you're not aware, I will check with him.
I'm not aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I actually have a technical question. So in your design, you produce reference types and implementation types.
Yes.
Why do you have to have two types?
Okay, the object.
I don't see the reason to have two when you could just have like.
No. In fact, the reason is you can. The user reference uses reference counting, so it helps in sharing data, sharing the implementation with several objects. That's one thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is I support lazy loading. Lazy loading is when you get, for example, the user object and you have a relation to the email, and when you load your object, the email object is not loaded yet. So you have a reference to it, but it does not really exist, in fact. So you don't have the implementation.
Okay.
And
So it is a handle in a sense, but it's not access, it's just a